Hello.
Hello.
Hello, hello. Happy Thursday. If you're listening to this, it's Monday, so happy Monday. If you're watching the recording, Paula and I have our nice swag. I'm so excited. Like, I love it. I'm living in
Oh
it.
my gosh. I love it so much. And I said to Steve, like, I have a favorite sweater that I wear like regularly, and it's so oversized. And when I first bought it, I was like, oh, they only had that one size. And I was like, it's going to be too big. And then it became my favorite sweater. And this is quickly becoming my favorite sweater.
Yeah.
Like, I love how big it is, how cozy it is. I'm obsessed.
Yeah. It's like the perfect like thickness too. Like
Yes.
I love it. I'm so
Yes.
excited.
Same.
Maybe eventually we'll have some on sale. Just stay tuned.
Putting it out there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, I feel like we're constantly talking about like fairly like serious subjects on here
Yeah.
lately, at least. Just like heavy topics. But what about like, hot mess situations that we had to deal with and now we can laugh about, but in the moment it was like, what the frig is my
What
life right now?
what is my life?
What is my
What
life?
is my life?
Yeah.
Hmm.
So I have one that comes to mind immediately. So I
You
guess
had a good one. You were like, when you were telling me about it, I feel like you were still sweating because I think you told me like the next day after this
yeah,
happened, and I
yeah.
feel like you were still like you definitely had PTSD.
Yes, yes, 1000%. So, all right. So I'm going to share that story. I can't believe I'm going to say this like publicly. Like, I feel like it's like yeah, interesting. Um, so I think it was a couple weeks ago now. Let me think. Yes, because it wasn't, or was it last week?
It was like last week.
Yeah, I think it was last week.
Yeah.
Like my memory is like, please erase that moment. So it was last week. So we had a gala to attend, Jam and I, and it was a week evening. So I was off that day working on, well, not really off from my corporate job, but working on the business. And it was like the hottest day I think we had like so far. It was maybe like 33 degrees. Like it was pretty insane. Anyway, so I'm like working away and then, I start looking at the clock and then so my parents were coming down for the evening and they were going to watch Amelia, but they were stuck in traffic between like Miramichi to here. So I'm like looking at the clock, being like, holy shit, like we need to be at the gala for 6 o'clock. By the time I get back home with Amelia, usually with like all the crazy traffic lately, it's like 5:15. I'm like, I'm not gonna have time to like shower, blow dry my hair, do my makeup, like get ready. So I'm like, I'm gonna have to like get ready before going to get her. And then just like once we get back, I'll give her supper and I'll just change and I'll be good to go. So I do all of that. Like I get my hair done, I curl it. It's like, I'm like, oh shit, it's pretty humid out there, but it's fine. I'm just going to pick her coming back. So curl my hair, do my makeup, and then I leave to go get her. And when I get there, the babysitter is like, oh, like she's been very quiet like the last like 10 minutes. She's been like in her corner, like not playing. I think she wants to poop. And I'm like, oh, yes, probably. Like she does that. Like she'll just go in a corner and like. But I look at her and I ask her and she started crying. You could tell that she was like uncomfortable. So anyways, I'm like, do you have to go? Like, did you do it? Like, and she's like, no, but she's crying. Anyways, she's like, okay, well, let's go home. So she stops crying for a while, put her in the car seat. We started driving and I'm like looking at the camera and looking in the mirror and she's like, seems fine. Anyway, so we drive, we get to like close to like the University of Moncton, like that exit, and she starts like screaming, crying, and I'm like, oh shit. So I'm like, do we need to stop? Like I asked her and she's like, you have to poop in French, obviously. And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh no.
Oh, poor
So I'm like,
girl.
yeah. So I'm like, shit. Okay. Like, so I take the first exit that I can see. I'm like going into that. I think it's like one of the residents at the University of Moncton. I like pull in the parking lot. I'm like, I put it in park. I'm like, okay, what am I going to do? Like, I look around, I'm like, okay, I actually had one diaper in the car for an odd reason. I just never have it. I had left her bag at daycare. So, anyways, I'm like, so I run around, take her out of her car seat. At that point, she's like hysterical. And I put her down. So I opened the other back door. I put her down, like laying on her back on the seat, and like I'm outside because I can't get in, like she's right there. So I'm like outside in the heat. She's like sweating because she's like constipated. She's
Oh.
sweating, crying. I'm sweating. I want to cry for her. I'm like outside, and we're like this for probably like a good like 10-15 minutes before like something happens. And I'm like, am I going in with my hands? Like, what's the next step here? Like, we can't stay here forever. And so at this point, like my makeup is like starting to melt, my hair is like straight, and I'm like, this is so fun right now. Like this moment, and I had to laugh in that moment because I was like, this is the side of motherhood that like we don't really talk about publicly. Like,
It's the side of motherhood that, like, when you're pregnant, like, these are the little nuances that you just, it doesn't even, it's not even possible
no,
in your brain
does
that
not
these are
cross
the
your
things.
mind. No, no. So I'm just there. Anyways, finally, like she did it. I had to help her, like legs like propped up, like the whole thing. And now I'm like, what the frig do I do with that? I'm like, okay. So, anyways, like I didn't want to throw it outside. So I had that diaper like next to me in the car for the rest of the drive home. And she was all fine. She was all happy. Like she felt so much lighter. And I was just driving home being like, I need a fucking glass of wine right now. Like so badly.
You know
And
what I love about this though? You know what I love is like you and JM took this like beautiful picture of yourselves before going to the gala. And this is why, folks, you cannot
no,
believe everything
no,
on social media. You would
no,
never have expected
no.
that Renee an hour before or whatever was doing
Yeah.
that, you know?
And not trust the internet. On top of this, that picture, like 2 minutes before that, Jam was outside watering our lawn because we just got like our lawn done and he had to water it. He was outside in that heat, in like the mud, watering the lawn, then rushing inside to like change outfits. And then we snapped that picture right outside the door. And we drove there, and he was like, why are we doing this to ourselves? Like, why are we booking events during a weeknight? And I was like, you know what? I'm so sorry because that was my call. I'm like, I can assure you, it is not going to happen again for until Amelia is like at a reasonable age, because like it was too much,
Too
too
much.
much to deal with. And so yeah, we got there late, and it was just like we were not in the right mindset to be
Mhm.
there, like tired and whatever. And I text my friend and I'm like, if you're ever considering having another kid, just letting you know that this just happened to me. And I'm like, remember this when you're like considering it. Cause like, oh,
It's those moments that are, you're like, but like, I'm happy you said that you laugh because I'm the same way. Like, I remember being in the hallway and my youngest was like 6 months old, and my oldest was like, yeah, she was still 4. and like they had the stomach bug,
Oh,
and my
no.
husband was doing his 12-hour shift, and I was a zombie, and I had throw up all over me, and my sister had happened to FaceTime me, and I was standing there like covered in vomit. And I remember like I started hysterically laughing. Like I do think in that moment, like I think back to that moment, I'm like, I think I actually lost my mind in that moment. Like I think I detached and went to another planet because I was
Probably.
laughing. Because I was like, what do you do? Like I could cry. I want to cry, but I'm hysterically laughing. I'm like, this is what nuts looks like. This is what crazy looks like. Like these are the things, you know?
Yes.
I remember one time, this doesn't have to do with like bodily fluids, but there was another time I was picking my daughter up from daycare, and this was years ago, and I put her in, I'm talking to her, I'm like, oh, I hope you had a good day. And I close the door, and she looks at me from the window, and she's smiling, and she's holding the keys, and the door is all locked. Yeah, the door's all locked, and she was 2. She was 2,
Oh,
and I immediately I felt like I could have passed out. You know what I mean? Like, and it was a warm day, and I'm like, this, I'm gonna have to call the fire department right now. Like, and she's just jingling them, like making music with the keys, and I'm like trying to not freak her out, and I didn't want to escalate it too much to make her
yes.
think like something was wrong, but I was like, click the button, click the button, like click the button. And she's just laughing. She thought it was like the best time ever. Thankfully, like she was like a very good listener and she clicked the button, but it was like a solid 2 minutes of sheer panic. Like
Oh, oh,
there's
oh,
so
oh,
many of
oh.
those moments. You know what I mean? Like,
Like, I've never been humbled so much,
mm,
like, as much as I've been since I became a mom. Like, it's stuff that, like, there's nothing that can prepare you for it.
no,
I
nothing. There's
don't even know,
absolutely
like, how
nothing.
to explain. Like, even if you would tell me this stuff, it's almost like it's not registering. Like, it's just like, oh, yeah. And then it happens to you, and you're like, what the fuck is this?
100%. When we got our family pictures done, this was probably about 2 years ago now. We got, or maybe a little over, because my youngest was like probably one ish. She was a toddler, and she was the tantrum toddler. Like my oldest was never like that, but my youngest like full on. And she's like, I don't even know where it went because she's like the sweetest. Like I don't know what that rage that was inside this little baby at that time, but she just like had tantrums everywhere she went. And we were getting our family pictures done. We decided it was a good idea to bring our large dog to be a part of the family pictures as well. He got off his leash. He's running around like a nutcase in this field. She's having a tantrum. Like, I got into the car after those family pictures, and I was like, first of all, we definitely traumatized our photographer. She was like, what the hell is happening with this family? They're a nightmare. And I'm like, we are the biggest, like, hottest mess family. Like, we cannot get our shit together at all. I got the
Oh,
pictures back. I was like, she didn't even, there was no way this person was able to get one picture of us being like a normal family. And like, sure enough, I got the pictures back and they were stunning. And I was like, I don't understand because again, like you just can't trust things like
no,
pictures and social media
no,
and all the things because like
no,
you would never know that that was
no.
happening behind the scenes. Like we were like it was psychotic. Like it was full chaos. And we got these back and we're like smiling and it was like the golden hour and like our dog was like happy in the background. Like it just didn't make any sense. And I messaged her and I was like, I don't know what kind of witchcraft or like whatever you did because that was just it did not represent what was happening at that moment.
Oh my God. It's so wild. Like, even like, I consider myself like a fairly, like, I'm easily, well, not easily, but like, I'm like grossed out by like somewhat small things, like, especially if it has to do with like another human. Like, I'm very much like, oh, like boogers and like, I don't know. I just,
Yes.
that stuff grosses me out.
Same.
And since becoming a mom, like, it's
Oh,
just like, you know what? Like, we're at a family like photo shoot and like she has a booger and it's like, poof, I'm just with my hands and like just the amount of stuff that I'm doing that like I just never, I'm a different
no.
person. Like
No,
I
but
just never
it's
thought I
like
would.
it is like this like I don't know what it is like this like it's only towards your own kids though. I will say
Hmm,
that like I don't know what
yes,
it is when it comes to your own kids that you're just willing without thinking about it doing all
yes,
that stuff that like if your younger version or like pre-mom were to see yourself like you'd be like what in the actual hell are you
yeah,
doing like
yeah,
disgusting but it just comes so naturally but like it is only specifically to your own kids. Like yeah.
yeah, yeah, I believe that. But
Hmm.
yeah, so that was like a very like core moment for me that I'll probably remember forever.
You will.
I'm sure there's like more, but like this one is like still so like fresh in my memory. Uh, yeah. Oh my God.
You will be telling her about that when she's older. Like that will be a core memory. 100%.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yep. Hmm. And
Mm-mm.
like just yeah, like the tantrums and the times where like, oh, well, you know this about me. Like, I'm always wearing heels, like,
Yes.
especially if we're at the office. And like, yeah, like 2 weeks ago, I was like wearing like the highest heels, go to pick her up. And I think it's a good idea to like stop at the park on our way to the house. Like, I don't know what my brain thought. I was just like, oh, let's just pull right here and like go to the park with her. And again, it was super hot outside. She like starts running. I'm like, don't have the time to catch her. I'm like trying to chase her with my heels. She like does not want to like follow me. I take her in my arms. She's like freaking out, like legs going everywhere, like hysterically crying. And I'm like sweating, obviously, again at that point. And I'm like, why am I doing this to myself? Like, what's wrong with me? Like, oh my God.
But you know what a blessing is about being a mom is it really makes you not judge ever again. Like
That's
if
good.
I see other moms, I'm just
Oh my
like,
God.
and their kids are doing what you just said, like freaking out. Like I think
Yeah.
pre motherhood, I would have been like, oh my gosh, like what's going on with that kid? Like,
Oh, I was judgy.
right?
I was 100% judging the parents and the kid, thinking the kid is not well and the parents are clearly like not doing what they're supposed to be doing. And
Mm-hmm.
now it's like I look at them and I almost want to be like, can I help you? Is there anything I can do to like help you in this moment? Because like I feel for them. It's like
One
so out of your control.
100%. Like
Yeah.
even like I remember this so distinctly. Like pre having my oldest, I was like, I had been a vegetarian for many years. I was like all about like organic food and like the whole thing. Like I was very like zen, okay, and like um and like as time has gone and she like of course right like the universe is always testing you and like of course she is the
Yeah.
pickiest eater like she when she was younger she was eating hummus and salmon and like broccoli and like all that stuff and now like as if and so now I catch myself I'm like please just eat this chicken nugget if you eat this chicken
Yeah.
nugget you can get a dessert and I'm like what are the words that are coming out of my mouth right now like
Oh
if
my
I
God.
would have heard myself but I'm like,
Yeah.
this is where we're at. This is what it
Yeah.
is. Like,
Yeah. And I totally get it. Like I had so many good intentions when like becoming a mom, like to your point, like, oh, she's only gonna eat certain things, like she's not gonna watch TV. She's not gonna watch TV. I remember saying that. She is not going to watch TV until she's like a certain age.
yeah,
Let me tell you, it didn't take a lot to convince me to put the friggin' TV on. Like
we were all perfect mothers before becoming
having
mothers. Yes.
becoming mothers. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, she's not gonna have a soother. What?
Oh my God. My 4-year-old still
There
has a
you go.
soother.
Shut up.
My 4-year-old still I'm trying. I'm like the soother. We call it a nummy. And I'm like
Yeah,
the nummy fairy's gonna come and she's gonna give you like a big present. And but you have to be ready. We have to. So when's the day? And she absolutely not. So and like she has me wrapped around her finger. Like
yeah,
she really, really, truly does.
yeah.
So she'll start to
Mm.
cry and she's like, I don't want it to go away. And I'm like,
Okay.
okay, fine. Like she's gonna be going to
Yeah.
university with that thing in her mouth. I'm convinced. Like,
Oh my God. And like just the amount of stuff, like I'm bribing her.
oh yeah.
Like she can do whatever. Like the amount of stuff. Oh, and how many times have I said to her, oh, like we can't play with this, it's broken. I'm so bad.
Oh, it's just it like oh yeah, I'm not above bribing. I'm not above any of that. Like
Yeah.
all that goes out the window. Like
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. No, can't open that. It's broken. See, can't open it. Oh my God.
Yeah, the lies, all that stuff. I feel like
Yeah.
I just you got to do what you got to do to survive these children.
Yes. Yes. And I think, you know what? Like, if I can teach her like core values and like to be confident with herself and to be herself in this world and like to be bold, like, I'm winning at life.
100%. I think the same thing. I'm
I
willing to let
think it,
all those things go. Like
yeah,
they're good humans, like they're kind, like
yeah,
like they have like respect for people
yeah,
and like to your point like they have confidence like everything else is like
yeah. Out the door,
whatever out the
whatever.
door whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Anyways, yeah. If you're listening to this and you're a mom, like, let us know your stories. Like, I'd love to hear your hot mess event, or events. I'm sure there's more than one.
There's definitely more than one. We
Yeah.
all have them. Mine happen at least once a week for sure, like
Oh yeah.
for certain. Yes.
There's a moment during the week, absolutely, where I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, and then the next day it's like it's so good. And then it happens again. And yeah.
I've learned over the years that you can't get too confident. You can't get
True.
too confident in your parenting because they will humble you. Like
Yeah.
life will
Yeah.
humble you. They will humble you. It's a roller coaster ride.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Okay, cool. So this was a light episode for you, light and fun. We just wanted to change it up a little bit. The event's coming up. So if you're listening to this on Monday, the event is happening on Friday. Oh my God.
I
Oh
know.
my
This
God.
week. This week.
This week, yeah. So you'll see a lot of content, a lot of pictures, and we just can't wait to share everything with all of you. And yeah,
It's gonna be so good. I am so excited. Like I feel like we're gonna be like on a high after that event. It's gonna
okay.
be really tough to go to sleep.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I can't wait. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe. If you're listening audio and you want to share it with your mom friends, please send it, tag us. We love to see it. And yeah, enjoy your week, everyone.
Okay,
Okay,
bye.
bye.